Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike, and I'm excited to share another Divi tutorial with you. My goal here is to make learning Divi as straightforward as possible. So we're going to continue in looking at the interactions feature that the Divi has just released, and we're just going to see a few more interactions that we can do. I recently released a video that showed a quick how you could create a pricing page using the Divi interactions, where you can switch between the monthly and the yearly prices. And I'll link to that here in the top right hand corner. But today we want to look at something a bit different. So first of all, I just want to highlight, I forgot to do this in the previous video. I have an article on my page, on my blog, where it actually details what these Divi 5 interactions are and how you can actually use them in your website. So I'll link to this article in the description box below, and if you're interested, just click on that. You can go have a read through this. So I'll just close that off for now. We'll jump into the interactions. So what we want to look at today is a few of the interactions on how you can manipulate images. We're also going to see how you can natively create a pop-up for any message that you want to get across. Okay, so if I just refresh over here, wait 1-2 seconds, there you go, there comes the pop-up. You're going to close the pop-up, you just click on the X below. And if you scroll down, you'll see we have some images, like this image over here. If I hover over it, you can see it moves to the left and to the right. Quite cool. Well, also moves up and down. Then this image over here, if we scroll, it scales up and scales down as I move the mouse over it. And then finally, and this one is probably the most crazy one of all, is that when I hover over it, it rotates. Okay, so you just find a nice spot and you can see how it can rotate. And so we'll be recreating this in this video today. If that's something you might be interested in, just hit that like button below and we'll jump in and get started. So first thing I want to do, as usual, is just create a new page. So this one we're just going to call interactions demo, and we're going to use the Divi builder to build this. So I always say is I'm using Divi 5 to build this. That's why you see I don't get the thing that came up. But instead what we do is we go to the top left hand corner, we hit add layout, and we go pre-made layout. In the pre-made layout, we're just going to scroll down, find the same one that we were using in the demo, and you can just click on that. If you want to follow along on your side as well, we're just going to use the landing page, and we're just going to say use this layout. When it comes to import presets, I'm a big proponent of that. It's going to run through depending on your website speed and server. It can take anything from 20 seconds to 2 minutes. Okay, but once it's all up and loaded, there we go. We have everything ready. We're all good to go. Right, so what we want to do is let's start off with building the pop-up first. So just scroll right to the bottom to below the footer, and we want to add a new section. And once that section is done, we just want to add in a contact form. Okay, in the contact form, we just come, we give it a text, we just say, let us know your thoughts. Okay, that's done. Then let's give this also a background. So I'm just going to give it that yellow, so it looks and feels the same. All right. Then we also want to come in and give it a bit of spacing. So let's give it 50 pixels from the top and bottom and 50 pixels from the left and right. Okay, so that's all done over there. Let's hit this plus over here and let's go give it an icon. Why are we giving this icon? Well, we also need something to be able to close the window, the pop-up window once it opens up. Okay, it's going to come to me sooner or later. Okay, so I just want to also give this a background and the same yellow so that it just extends all the way down. Okay, so the icon again, we jump into the icon and I'm just going to design icon and I want to change this color to something blackish. Okay, so that looks good. Let's hit the row over here. What I want to do is I just want to come to row here and I want to call this contact row. My goodness, can't spell. Okay, contact row. So the reason I'm doing this is that when I want to put in the interaction, I can easily identify which one is which. So the same over here, this module, I just want to give it a label and say close icon. All right, that should be good enough. Let's go and jump into the row settings. So the row settings, we want to go advanced. The very first thing we want to do is give it visibility none. Actually, let's leave the visibility on for now, and let's add the interaction. We'll come back to the visibility. So interaction, we want to make sure that this is load, and we want to make sure when it loads, we want to show element. And which one do we want? Well, we want to scroll right to the bottom and look for the contact row, and we want to give this maybe 2 seconds. So this is milliseconds over here, so 2000 milliseconds would be 2 seconds. All right, we can save that. Then this one over here for the icon, we just come over the icon, we go advanced, we go interactions, we add interaction. This one we'll do a click, not a load. Click, and what we do is we want to hide the element. So we click that one over there, and again we just scroll down to the bottom looking for the contact row. Okay, and we don't want any time delay on that. We want it to just disappear as soon as you click the X, and we save that. Okay, once that is done, we now want to change the position, make this fixed, put it in the center. Oh, wait, what are you doing? No, this is the wrong one. Okay, we want to be in the row. Design. Position. Fixed. Center. And we want a ZZ index of probably 99 or so that it stands out at the top. It's not hidden behind any other elements. Okay, so then that should be that. The final thing we probably want to do is we want to make sure that the visibility starting out is hidden. All right, because we want it to come up and appear. We don't want it to be there from the start of the load. After 2 seconds, we want to see it, and then we want to be able to hit that X. Okay, let's see if this works. Hit publish, and hit preview. Okay, 1, 2, there it is there. And if we hit the X, then it disappears. Okay, so everything's working as we wanted it to. All right, the next thing we want to do is we want to scroll back to the top. Okay, maybe what we want to do first is just select this one and take away the position, make this relative so that it just goes down to the bottom while we work on the other things. Okay, so the next one we wanted to work on was the images. So let's come into this image here. We select it, we go to advanced. Actually, let's first come to content, let's go to label, and let's give this a money management image. All right, so this admin label, you can really name it whatever you want, as long as it gives you an idea as to what it actually is. So for me, I'm just using money management because I know that this is in this money management section. So when I look for it, I'll clearly be able to see what this is. All right, so if I hit advanced and I go interactions and I go add interaction. So previously we did click and we did load, right? Now this one, what we want to do is we want to do mouse enter. So if I click mouse enter, it also gives me the same things, effect action, but the effect action that we want to do is we want to give it a mirror mouse movement. So we hit that. Then basically what's going to happen is that this element is going to mirror whatever my mouse does. So let's select that image. There it is, money management image. And select there. We don't want any time delay because we want to see how it moves straight away. And then we want to get the movement type. So for this one, we selected tilt in the demo that I did. And then we can just hit save. Okay, and that should be it. Let's go see what it does. Refresh here. 1, 2. Ah, okay, we took it off. All right, so let's just find that image. There we go. All right, the other one should be, there it is, still there. It's just we took off the fixed position. That's why we're not seeing it. Okay, but here's the one we worked on now. and it's working as we wanted it to. Okay, so that is the tilt. Let's go see the next image. This one, we did the scale. So again, we just go admin label to give us something that you know. So I'm just going to call it monitoring image. Okay, so that I'll be able to know because it's in the monitoring section. Go to advanced, go to interactions, go add interaction, go mouse enter. And what we want to do, again, we want to mirror the mouse movement, but this time we're going to also just select that quickly, monitoring image. This time we're going to go use the scale. So the scale, we want to push this up quite a fair amount. Let's go up 30. Okay, so save. All right. And let's leave it at that. See, there we can actually see it here. It's coming up quite nicely. All right, and let's jump into the last one here. This one was the rotate one. So let's just give it an image name and we can call it fund image. Okay, and let's go jump into the interactions, add interaction, mouse enter. Again, we want to mirror mouse movement. Which one do we want? Let's go look for the fund image. There it is there. And then this one we want to rotate. So the last one I rotated at 60. I think that might be a bit much. So let's try 30 and see how that works out. Save that. And then let's go back down to the bottom over here and select this row and go back to position and make it fixed. Okay, save. Let's go see what happens on the front end. We refresh 1 and 2. There it comes up. Okay, so that's working good. X, close it off. Come over here. All right, we're tilting quite nicely. Up, down, left, right. Okay, and then this one. Oh, scales up quite a bit. All right, so I think it's probably good just to scale maybe about 10, maximum 20. I think scaling this high, it's a bit distracting. All right, and then we want to tilt. There we go. Tilt, tilt, tilt. Oh, and that's how you can easily add some more interactions into your Divi website. This one is primarily working with the mouse overs rather than the interactions. Okay, this one is entering with the mouse enters. We've done in the previous video, we worked on the click. In this one, we did mouse enter as well as load. Viewport enter and viewport exit is as you scroll into the view, what is it going to do at that particular time? And mouse exit is obviously when you leave. So it could be like a pop-up that could come up when you want to leave. People want to close your website. That could come up over there. Things like that. So it's just the reverse of this. Instead of it coming up when you're in, it's coming up when you're trying to exit the website. Okay, and I think that might wrap up the majority of the things with regards to the interactions. If you want more things with regards to interactions, just let me know down in the comments, and I can always see if I can create more videos for you so that you can get even more feel as to how you can start to use this in your website. I hope this has been useful for you, and if it has, do hit that like button below so let me know, because that helps to give the motivation to create more content. Speaking of more content, I should be creating more content on Divi, and if you want to join me on this journey, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out on any of the tutorials that I do release in the coming days. Other than that, I just want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.